immortal. It has 13s on either side. LA is a 13, and this is why we see professional athletes with LA in their name. They probably have a 1313 gateway in their name too, just like we have seen with the Georgia Guidestones and the timestamp on Dylan Stormroof when he's entering the church. It has the 816 in it. I watched the movie last night, Alice in Wonderland, the Tim Burton version of it, and I read a little bit about Carol, who was a mathematician, apparently, and he operated in the Church of Christ, and I haven't run that gematria, but one of the most oft said statements of Alice in Wonderland is "off with her head," and those numbers have a 911 in them, and an 816, Bride of Christ, and a 181 in them, which is a double 9, and it equals Barack Hussein Obama, with the correct spelling. So I know that Alice in Wonderland is a little bit far back for people, but I just watched it, and 11, I think, basically, white has a lot of symbolism in it, but it basically reduces to 11, and red basically reduces to 9. So again, you have the red and the white stripes, and the 9 and 11, and in that movie you have a battle between the 9 and the 11, which to me shows the ultimate symbolism of that is 9 is the letter I, is the ego. It's the staff that the Pope holds with the pineal gland on top. It's your dream self. It's like your dream avatar in this dream. And that's red. And then it's fighting, it's warring with the 11. I guess you could say, and it depends on how you see this. So it's warring with the white. In the movie, the white queen she studies death. So I haven't really figured all of this out, but the red queen is more of ego, and I'm separate from everyone, and selfishness, that kind of thing. And then the white queen is more evolved, I guess you could say, on all the topics. And then there's the battle between the red and the white. So that's 9 and 11. So then it makes me wonder if 9/11 has to do with the battle between the ego and I guess the white would be you could see it in a lot of ways. You could see it as a gateway. You could see it as a gateway to death, especially in that movie. You could see it as the 2, that it's the birth of the Christ, because the 2 is the pregnant mother of Isis, through which comes the birth of the Christ. So that would be the symbolic of the birth of the Christ within everybody. And then the ego would fight that, right? So the ego would fight to protect itself from the birth of the Christ within the being, because then once a Christ-like person is born within a being, then the ego becomes more like a tool or a pet, not so much the monarch of the situation. Okay, so I'm working on the Alice in Wonderland stuff. It's kind of interesting, and I think I'll probably show you for sure some of these numbers, about at least the ones having to do with the most often said statements, and what Alice in Wonderland can tell us about the meaning of 9/11 and 9/23. So from that, and I know I could just switch over to my notes. I'd have to flip everything around for the Alice in Wonderland notes. But you could see it as the 9/11 is to them, to the Freemasons, that it's symbolic of the inner and outer battle between the ego and death, or the ego and the gateway. Very interesting, right? I hope you like that idea. All right, talk to you guys later.